Chandra. So the spider also started picking up dust. You all know how the spider's legs are so weak, and compared to Hanuman, what can a spider do? Can it pick up a big boulder? The spider also started picking up dust. Right? It cannot pick up boulders, right? But it went into the water, wet its body, came onto the sand, and it rolled in the sand so that it collects some sand particles, and then went onto the bridge where Hanuman was building and started wiggling and shaking off the dust. And then it started thinking, oh, I'm somehow in the best of my capacity, I'm helping. And then it was coming on the way to Hanuman. Hanuman was like in a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. He wanted to not waste a minute to, he was building the bridge. But then he saw this spider and he was trying to not step over it or not to stamp it, and therefore he was trying to be careful. At one point he said, hey spider, you're not doing anything, why are you even doing this? You're coming on my way. The spider was like sad and was thinking it was helping. But then Lord Ram came and told Hanuman, she spider is trying its best. Right? Like that, we all should try our best, regardless of whether that is contributing or not. We should do whatever we can within our capability. That is the message of that story. So, and the story came up because Vedang, as soon as I said, started trying. He went to YouTube and he was trying to get the voice. And because I had YouTube app on my phone, I could go faster. That doesn't mean Vedang wasn't going to tell. He would have told probably another 30 seconds. Good job, Vedang. Okay. Now, coming to the weekly routine of our class, going to start with the bhajan. I'm going to do all of you sing along. Be on mute, close your eyes, meditate on the prayer. Even if you don't know the meaning of the words, please meditate on those words and enjoy the melody and go into that meditation. This is called bhajan meditation. So let's all do that meditation. Set your posture straight and close your eyes and listen to the bhajan, and you sing along too, but stay on mute. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's move on to the prayer. Everybody, palms together, eyes closed. Meditate on the prayer. I know all of you know by memory this prayer. If you do not know, let me share the link for those who do not know. You can check it out on the website. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Pankajanaභaya, Namo Pankajamaline, Namo Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। We can move on to prayer Sixashtakam. I shared the Sixashtakam link also for those who do not know, and for those who know, please sing along. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jeevanam Anandambudivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam नाम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इहाजनीनानुरागः तृणादपि शुनीचेनातरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानीन मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतुकी हैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुद कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकनिचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेणाचक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनां मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः प्रभुराशिक्षाष्टका श्लोका ये पडे शुने कृष्णा प्रेमा भक्ति तारा बाडे दिने दिने हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome everyone. I see two of the pre-students here. Please turn on your cameras, Anish and Sriram. It'll be nice to see you all smiling, enthusiastic, wonderful faces. So please do turn on your cameras. We'll move on to the theme of the year, which is Krishna is everywhere. We had two homeworks from last week, which we will address at the end of the class. We will do the verse of the week, which is chapter 10, verse 33. Is that right? Yes. I see my enthusiastic students nodding their heads because they know what we're learning. The other students are just like, we don't know what's happening. You tell us. But to those who have nodded their heads and know exactly what we're doing, good job. Thank you, boys and girls. All right. So now let's do chapter 10, verse 34, 33. I will ask Supreet to read the words while I do in Sanskrit line by line. Aksharanam akarosmi
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहमेवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः
द्वन्द्वः
सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहमेवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वसामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहमेवासया कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखम्
ताताहं विश्वतो मुख अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वसामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहमेवाक्सया कालो
अहम् एवाक्षया कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुख
दातः विश्वतो मुखा अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामसिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामसिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षया कालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दातः विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामसिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वसामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एव क्षयकालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वसामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एकस्य त्वं कालो
Aham eva kshayah kalo.
अहम् एव क्षयकालो
अहम्
Kshayaha. See, whenever a word ends with H at the end, you have to emphasize that aha sound. If it is A, aha. If it is UH, uhu. If it is OH, oho. So that ho sound should come. So now it's here A. So aha, eva kshayah.
अहम् एव क्षयकालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
नामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एव क्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एव क्षयः कालो
अहमेवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
एवं मे अहमेवाक्षयः कालो
अहमेवाक्षयः कालो
धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एव क्षयकालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एव क्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एव क्षयः कालो
अहम् एवक्षयः कालो
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि
Aksharanam akarosmi.
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
अहम् एवाक्षयः कालो
दातहं विश्वतमुक्
दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः. Translation by His Divine Grace, Founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada. And what does Srila Prabhupada say in the English translation? Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma. See, now Krishna, in continuation of speaking about his opulences. Yes, Sriram?
I have a question. In the glorification of Krishna in this verse, why does he say that he's the letter A?
We are going to discuss that now. Okay, we just read the translation, so we're going to elaborate on that. So, here again, Krishna is giving his opulences in 4 different categories. So many categories Krishna is touching upon because this creation is infinite. It has infinite components to it or categories, and Krishna is trying to cover only few of them. If see, there are infinite categories, right? Now he's coming to the subject of literature, where he's talking about among alphabet, I am A, because that is the first letter. It's the most prominently used, isn't it? A is the most prominently used alphabet. But you're talking about English. But when Krishna spoke, it is in Sanskrit. So he's talking about the letter A. A. A is the letter he's talking about. And he's telling among Akshara, Akshara meaning alphabet. Actually, there is no appropriate exact translation in English. However, the closest we can get to is Akshara is alphabet. There's another meaning for Akshara, meaning something which never falls down. But here, the meaning in context of this verse, Akshara means alphabet. And among alphabets, he's saying in English, it can be A. And of course, in whatever languages we know, like in Sanskrit, in Spanish, not Sanskrit, in Telugu, Spanish, in Hindi, whatever, the first letter in any of those literatures or languages, that is Krishna is saying, consider that as me. That means I'm the prominent, the first alphabet of any language that you can speak. And especially in Sanskrit, he's saying, I am A. And A is very important because it joins multiple words. It ends, it begins. So A is what Krishna is saying, I am among the alphabet in Sanskrit. And then next he moves on to something in language only, the concept of language and learning and writing that language. He talks about compound words. Do you have any compound words in English? Can you all help me, please? Yes, Supreet.
Weekday.
Weekday is a compound word. Yeah, nice. Any other compound words? Yes, Aviral.
Butterfly.
Butterfly. Okay, nice. Yes, Sahasra.
Moonlight.
Moonlight, compound word. Yes, sunlight. I discovered one more. Sorry, I remembered one more. Yes, Dhruv.
Birthday.
Birthday. Yes. Sriram.
Watercolor.
Watercolor. Yes. So now you notice one thing in this. Oh yeah, go ahead. Tulsi, go ahead.
Cupcake.
So you're Chetana, right?
Yeah, cupcake.
Cupcake. Yes. Somebody else. Yes, Veda. Can't hear you.
Breakfast.
Breakfast, yes. Very nice. You all are so smart coming up with so many compound words. We use them so frequently. I never even unnoticed that I never noticed that they're compound words. Anyways, similarly in Sanskrit also there are compound words. Now in all of the compound words that you mentioned in English, none of the individual word has lost any of those letters. Like breakfast, break is as it is and fast is as it is. Sunlight, sun is as it is and light is as it is. Moonlight, moon is as it is. We just combine together and call them as compound words. But in Sanskrit, what happens when two words are combined, part of each word is sounding different. For example, in the same words that we read today, there's a lot of compound words. For example, akarosmi. Akarosmi is combined as Akarosmi with an apostrophe after O, right? That's how it is printed on your book. Correct? But that is made up of two words. One is akaraha and the other one is Asmi. Akaraha means first letter, Asmi means I am. So Krishna is saying first letter, among the first letters, I am first letter. Among all the letters, I am the first letter. So Akaraha and Asmi together became Akarosmi. So each of those individual words lost their actual identity, isn't it? So like that, there are different types of compound words in Sanskrit and in Telugu, in most of the Indian languages that originate from Sanskrit. And some of them the individual words lose their identity. But within the compound words in Sanskrit too, there are some words which do not lose their identity. And those are called samasika, the compound words. They're called dvandvaha. Dvandvaha means something which is combining two words. For example, Rama, Krishna. Rama is an individual name, Krishna is an individual name. When you combine those two, it becomes Rama Krishna. There is no loss of any words or vowels or any consonants in that. Similarly, Radha Krishna. Right? So among the different types of compound words that can exist in a language, Krishna says, I am Dvandvaha. That compound word which does not lose the word's identity. So Sanskrit is such an ancient language and it's highly refined and it is sophisticated. So it is really laid down and defined so well that it is very, very sophisticated. And a common procedure in Sanskrit language which is adopted is combine words to form compound words. And in the process of making one compound word, two or more words give up their case endings, like how we saw akarosmi. Akaraha plus asmi becomes akarosmi. They have lost their case endings or their case beginnings, and they're called samasa. So these are called compound words, and Krishna says among these compound words, dvandva is best because both words remain prominent in it. While in other five type of compound words, they lose their prominence. Some of the words, both the words lose some part of their prominence. Therefore, Dvandvaha is being referred to as Krishna's opulence. See how much detail Krishna is giving? I never knew that Krishna is going to the details of language and how much a compound word, different categories of, there are different categories of compound words in Sanskrit. I can give them. They are Dvandva, they are Bahubrihi, they are Karmadharai, Tatpurush, Dvigu, Avyayi Bhav. So these are the 6 categories of compound words that exist in Sanskrit. Among all those, Krishna is saying, I'm Dvandva because Dvandva is the only type of compound word where the two words involved do not lose any of their parts. Is it all clear, boys and girls, or it's confusing? Can somebody explain to me what I just said? So I want to make sure we understood. Who wants to volunteer? Veda, go ahead. No, who's Vedang? Sorry, Vedang's hand went first. Go ahead, Vedang.
Krishna says that he is the one. Wait, I can't. He cannot lose the vowels in the compound words.
Okay, that is not the exact meaning. Let's see, but you're close. At least you got some part of it. Yes, Nivan, tell me. Give me with examples.
So, you said akarosmi, right? So that's 2 words. It's akaraha and asmi, right? So
Awesome.
you can't. It's like hidden. Like the words are practically hidden. So you can't.
Correct.
So that's Krishna's talking about the opposite of that. So Krishna's saying that he is like 2 words that do not lose any vowels.
That
When
do
they're joined
not
together.
lose any parts of it. So there are different types of compound words where when they combine, they might lose their original sound, like akarosmi and samasikasya cha. That is all. There are a lot of compound words in the verses, Sanskrit verses that we do. Aksharanam, akshara and anam is one set of compound words. And evakshayaha is made up of eva and akshayaha. So here it's becoming a long eva kshayaha, it is becoming. That means it's getting added. Some more sound is getting added. It's eva plus akshayaha becomes eva kshayaha. So originally it was only eva and akshayaha, but when they come in, they become eva kshayaha in the third line. right? And then dataham is also a compound word in the fourth line. Can you all guess what the compound word is made up of? Dataham. Can you break it up? Yes, Vedang.
Tata and aham.
Data and aham. And how did it lose its originality?
Um,
It is just data, it's just aham. But when we combine, it's becoming dataham. That long vowel is coming because they both are combined. So they have lost their originality in combination. Yeah, yes. Do you get it, Vedang? Right? Let's see if there's any other compound word here. I think that's all. Evakshayaha we said, dataham we said, Vishwato mukaha. Vishwato mukaha is Vishwataha and mukaha. It became Vishwato mukaha. So Vishwataha means Vishwato mukaha is actually Brahma. So I don't know if this is a compound word, but in this, the main compound word that we can think of is Akarosmi, Evakshayaha, Dataham. But all three of them, when they combined, the individual words are sounding a little bit different than the combined words. Yes or no? Did you all understand? But there are some compound words like Radha Krishna, Rama Krishna, where even though you combine them into compound words, they're not losing their original meaning, like sunlight, moonlight, breakfast, watercolor, whatever examples you all gave. So Krishna is saying among compound words, I am. Now it might sound like, okay, so what? How does it really help me remember Krishna? But Sanskrit, if you learn Sanskrit, then you will glorify the power of all these different combinations of compound words and the power of A in the language Sanskrit. Right? Even within our language, the languages that we know, we should understand that the first letter. That's why whenever children are first time being put into studies, like when you're 3 years old or when you are in 4 years old, there is a ritual or a ceremony that is performed by parents called Aksharabhyasam. Aksharabhyasam meaning introducing the child to education through writing and through hearing and through learning. That is a nice ritual where the parents, in the presence of a priest, in the presence of deities, are performing some prayers and also helping the child write the first letter A or A with the help of their parents' hand. They start off with A or A. They don't randomly pick any random letter because we have 26 alphabet or we have so many other letters in each language. But it is a ritual to start first with A. It is a ritual to first start with A and offer prayers to Goddess Saraswati, who's the mother of education, seeking her blessings to help us get this knowledge, gain this knowledge, and gain pure knowledge that will help us grow into nice humans. So remember that, make that point in your book saying Naksharabhyasam also, students are first, the children are first asked or helped to write the letter A or A. How many of you know this Aksharabhyasam? I'm sure all your parents might have done this and you might have had pictures of that. Isn't it? Go check out those pictures. Ask your parents today after the class, Ma, do you have pictures of my Aksharabhyasam? Then your mom will ask, why do you want that now? Why did you remember that? Then you'll say, today in the verse, we learned that Krishna is the letter A. And I'm glad I started my education with the letter A, which is not different from Lord Krishna. See how unknowingly we are getting connected with Krishna through the rituals and practices and the ceremonies that are in our faith system, in Sanatan Dharmic system. That is the power of the Sanatan Dharma, where Lord Krishna and all these divine entities are becoming integral part of our day-to-day life through these rituals. That's why we should never ever lose focus or never ever lose touch with the rituals that are laid down in our family system. You have to show special interest. Ask them, why is this done this way? Rather than focusing on other distractive things like dressing up well and taking pictures and whatnot. That is also good. But more important is understanding what is the spiritual significance behind every ritual that we perform at home. It could be a very small thing, Small rituals that come up. Actually, our Hindu calendar, the Sanatan calendar is full of tithis or auspicious timings or dates in majority of the days. And somehow in our Vedas, they have picked some days and they told, okay, on this day it is Sankranti, Makar Sankranti. On this day it's New Year, Ugadi. On this day it is Deepavali. On this day it is Dashara. They've identified, and along with those identifications, they've also given associated rituals that help us stay connected with the divinity. Okay, so that's about aksharanam akarosmi and dvandvaha samasikasya cha. Among compound words, I am that type of compound word, which when the two words are mixed together, do not lose their identity. That does not mean all the other compound words are useless or waste. No, the language is made up of all the combinations of different compound words. But however, Krishna, to establish his glory, saying how he is the prominent, the glorious, and the splendorous things among all the things that exist. And I'm so glad and so surprised and amazed that Krishna is going to the extent of when talking about languages. Just imagine 26 letters make how many words? Do you all know a count of all the words that exist in English? Infinite, isn't it? It's only 26 letters, but we have infinite words. How beautiful it is. Do we ever realize that? That means it is not happening randomly. There is some systematic way of these languages have arrived, have evolved. And the basis of all these is Lord Krishna. So whatever we speak, whatever we hear, whatever we read, is all based on these languages, isn't it? Let's say if you go to a country where you don't know the language. Like recently we went to Italy. And there people wouldn't speak in English. They are like, you talk in English and they respond in Italian, sorry. I could not understand anything. Then Google Translator comes to help. But just imagine there was no Google Translator and you have to live there and you're in an emergency situation. You have to communicate. Then what you have to do? Sign language, isn't it? So language is helping our lives it's so easy for us because of language, isn't it? Now we know the importance of the letters and the importance of Krishna going to the extent of even glorifying himself in the category of literature and language. Got it, boys and girls? Any questions? Okay. Now let's move on to the next part, the third line, where Krishna says, Aham kalosmi. Aham evakshayah kalo. Can anyone guess what it is without looking at the meaning of based on the Sanskrit words, can you all tell? Is there any Sanskrit word familiar to you all in this? Yes, Nivan?
Aham.
Oh, very nice. Aham means what?
I.
Very nice. Okay. Suprit, do you know any other word?
Kalo, which means time.
Awesome. Now you know time. Now you know what it means. All of us can guess. There is I and there is time. What does that mean now? Yes, Vedang?
Krishna is the time.
Krishna is the time. That he already told in one of the previous verses, isn't it? What does he say? Asarva, sarva, haras, mrityu sarva. What is that verse? Mrityu sarva, haras chaham, I think, right? Go to that verse. I think it was in 30th verse. Mrityu sarva, haras chaham. Yes, Viral?
It says, Madhyam Chaiva Hamarjuna.
No. There is another verse where Krishna talks about a time I am. How come boys and girls, you're not keeping track?
It's in chapter 10, verse 30. He says, among subduers, I am time.
Kalaha kalayatamaham. Awesome. Very good. Mishka. There is another verse also where Krishna says, Mrityu sarva haras chaham. But here it is kalaha kalayatamaham. So there also there is kala and aham. So Krishna is already saying I am time, and here also he's selling time. But there he said, I am the, what does he say when he tells time in that? I am the subduers. Among subduers, I am time. As time, he subdues everything. That's where he's coming to, is that aspect of time is what Krishna is saying, where time subdues everything. Time controls everything. Time devours everything. But in this context also, Krishna says, I am time, but he says, I am eternal time. Eva Akshayaha. Akshayaha means eternal, never ending time. That's what Krishna is saying. Aham eva Akshaya time. I am also inexhaustible time, time that never exhausts. What does that mean? Time is never exhausting, but it exhausts for us, right? We are running out of time. But why is Krishna saying I'm inexhaustible time? What does it mean? Yes, Sriram?
I think that it means like maybe for like us humans we have like a certain lifespan, but Krishna is always gonna be there.
Mm, not exactly. Yes, Vedang?
He's immortal?
Krishna is beyond time. Krishna is never controlled by time, or Krishna doesn't have anything like, oh, he's this years old. He's always there. He's eternally existing and he's beyond time. Time is applicable only to material creation. Yes, Vedang, did you say something? Eternal?
No, immortal.
Immortal meaning that he never exhausts. That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Not exactly. Let's see what Nivan has to say.
Time is like never gone. I mean, like time can never end. Like our lifetime can end, but time can never end. So time
Exactly.
just keeps going.
Time keeps going. Yes, our lifetime can go, but lifetime keeps going. And how is time measured? By the yugas? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga.
Isn't it like every like 100,000 years or something?
Yes, Kala Chakra. That is a time cycle. Time cycle keeps on going. It does not stop. It does not say, oh, I'm now tired, I'll stop. Time is cyclical. It starts with Satya Yuga, then goes to Treta Yuga, then goes to Dwapar Yuga, then Kali Yuga, then again it goes to Satya Yuga, then Treta, Dwapar, Kali, like that. So time is cyclical and therefore it keeps on going in the loop in this material creation.
But what makes the yugas very different from each other?
It has several things that the people, the way they lead, their lifespan, their habits, their consciousness, everything is different.
So it means like you saying it gets like worse and then it gets better again all over?
Yes, you're right.
Mm.
And
So
there are different universes. Each universe, the different material creations. Each of these material creations have their own. For example, the universe that we are in right now, we are in Kali Yuga. Right? Last week we talked about how from Krishna's body pores universes come out. Right? But in some other universe, it might be Dwapar Yuga. In some other universe, Satya Yuga is going on. And after our current birth, or after we give up this body, we might go into any of those universes based on our karma, our desires, our choices that we make now. So it is not limited to this universe. It is not just this universe. It is much more than what we have understood so far. The knowledge that we have about Krishna, about Krishna's creation, we haven't even scratched a little bit of a mighty galaxy type of size of knowledge. Right? So within each universe, there are different types of yugas going on. So it is cyclical and people are annihilated, they're born again, they're put into different yugas and they experience different types of situations and they develop different desires, they perform different activities and yield different karmas based on which at the time of giving up the body, whatever consciousness they have, they get that type of destiny. So it's all very, very, very deep science and complex science, but it is complex for those who are not devotees of the Lord. The scientists who are not devotees of the Lord, they keep on studying, they come up with so many inventions, discoveries. But the person who is devoted to the Lord, everything becomes crystal clear because now they have surrendered to Krishna and are coming top to bottom, not bottom up. If you go bottom up, then you will be like trying to figure out things yourself and going up. But if you come top down, everything is revealed and then you're just seeing them in the right perspective. It's out of the box and inside the box perspectives. Yes, Nivan?
So you're basically saying that like so if we have like a maze, right, then like on paper, then you can go from like back to start, like end to start. So
Yeah.
basically saying
Yes.
that, right?
But if you're inside the maze, you don't know where the exit is, correct?
Like I mean like on paper, like
But on
then
paper,
you're
it is
confused
saying
from the start.
correct. Is that what you're saying? If you look at the maze on a paper, you will know where exactly the start and the end are.
Yeah, and
That's
you're
the
basically
top perspective. But if you're inside the maze, you're trying to experiment, you're trying to fail, you're trying different routes and all. So that's very good analogy, very good example, Nivan, that helps to understand what I was saying. Yeah, even I didn't think of that example. Very good. Good job. Okay, so third point finished. Then I'm going to the fourth point where Krishna says, Tataham Vishvato Mukaha. So he's telling, among creators, I am Brahma. So Krishna is emphasizing the important creation is what? It's a magnificent act. We all know that, right? Just imagine if anybody of you are artists or you are good at making what you call origami or making building things, blocks with blocks or whatever. Any of this, if you build a structure, it is actually an art, right? And just imagine this entire creation that we are in. It's magnificent. And the creator is also magnificent, isn't it? Humankind's most sophisticated and technological advanced inventions become pale in comparison to this creation. Yes or no? Now, just think about this Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? For example, you buy a security. You have each one of us a security system for our home, right? Now, because it has an internet inside it, wherever we go from anywhere in the world, we can manage it and control it. Maybe you want to turn it on, turn it off, or if somebody's in front of your house knocking the door or ringing the bell, then you can see from wherever you are, right? That is called Internet of Things. Refrigerator also, you can set the temperature, whatever you want. Your RoboVac, if you want to start it wherever you're in. That means because it has internet inside it, and then you can, through your phone internet, control it, right? That is called Internet of Things. Now, that is nothing but the concept of Paramatma inside every one of us. It is an expansion of that idea, isn't it? Paramatma is inside of our heart, and wherever we are, whichever universe we are, out of the millions and infinite universes that exist, wherever you are, Krishna knows you exactly, even in fact, more than what you know about yourself. That is the type of creation we're talking about. And Brahma is creating all these living entities under the direction of Lord Krishna. Yes, Nivan?
so like just to make this like a little easier to like understand, you know how like inventors, like the inventor of the light bulb and all, it seems really big. I mean, it is really big for like the world, but like to make this even easier, like this creation is much, much, much better, right? Much like
More complex.
Like, you know.
Yes, much more complex than simple creation. I mean, of course, invention of light is very huge. But compared to the sunlight that Krishna has given, isn't it pale in compared to the sunlight? Isn't it? Sunlight is that supreme bulb which is lighting all the planets. And we're talking about this light which this human has created, which is actually a great invention. But how is it compared to sunlight, which is the creation of God? Right? So our scientific inventions become pale in comparison to the sophisticated and technological advanced creation. Right? Therefore, Lord Krishna singles out the firstborn Brahma. So he's calling out Brahma and saying that he is the one amongst the creators. He's the one who made the entire universe. And creative ability of Brahma reflects the glory of Lord Krishna. So those are the four categories we have for today. So one is about how he is the letter A in alphabet, how he is the compound word that does not lose its any of itself while making the word. And among time, he is the inexhaustible time, meaning is the eternal time. And among the creators, he is Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, let's talk a little bit about Lord Brahma because we wanted some pastimes and references to each of these categories so we can remember these opulences of the Lord. So Lord Brahma, when he was created, he was born on the lotus flower that came out of the navel of Lord Krishna. So when Krishna lied down as Karunodakasai Vishnu, and from his body pores came out universes, and into each one of those universes, Lord Krishna entered as Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and Garbhodakasai Vishnu lies down again, and from his navel comes out this lotus flower stem, and this lotus flower at the top has the flower. I mean, the stem has a flower at the top, and within this flower was Brahma born. Brahma was not born like us. He was created by Krishna on the lotus flower that was resting on the navel of Lord Krishna as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. So Brahma, when he was born like an adult, not like a baby and all. So when he was born, he opened his eyes and he saw it was completely dark because Krishna was lying in the ocean of creation. So he looks around and thinks, who am I? That's the question. First question Brahma gets. Did any one of us get that question for ourselves till now? No, because we're all too distracted, too busy looking at all the stuff in front of our eyes. As soon as we were born, our parents gave us toys, they gave us fun things, we started giggling at them, and as we grew up, they bought more toys for us, and then they enrolled us in school, they put us into activities, so we took up the school and activities and we started learning them and doing so many other things, adding one on top of the other, and finally, we have never ever thought, who am I? What is the purpose of my creation? But Brahma, who is considered as the topmost creator and considered as the splendor of Krishna, he said, what is my purpose? Who am I? And then he heard these two words called tapa coming out in the space around him. Tapa means meditate, sound vibrations. And then Brahma started meditating for thousands of years. And then Krishna revealed himself and said, you have been created for the purpose of creation. And Lord Krishna gives the entire Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma. He verbally instructs Lord Brahma. And then Brahma, under the guidance and instructions of Lord Krishna, he creates the entire universe. All this is documented in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you all have not heard of it before, and if you think, no, Krishna did not instruct Brahma, Krishna, and Krishna is only an avatar of Vishnu and all, that is all confusion because our knowledge that we have so far is limited. On top of it, there is more knowledge, and that is what we are taking through the study of scriptures. And Srimad Bhagavatam clearly details as to how Brahma was born and how he was instructed by Lord Krishna through his flute and verbally, and given instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam, and also given detailed instructions of how to create. And Brahma, after taking those instructions, considering Krishna as his guru, follows instructions carefully to the dot and starts with the process of creation. So Krishna is saying, among the creators, I am Lord Brahma. So that is a little bit just story or glimpse of how Brahma was born. There's much more detail about Lord Brahma, what the interaction, how much does he meditate, what does he meditate on, and how does Krishna instruct? Does he appear in front of him or does he give it through sound vibrations? All that, there's a lot of information. It's beyond the scope of this class. Yes, Prajit.
Is that book that Brahma's holding on his arm, is that the Bhagavatam that Vishnu gave him?
Brahma is holding books. They're all Vedas.
Oh, they're all the Vedas?
That's a very good question. I love questions like that because you're being very curious.
Wait, I see where Brahma comes in. Where does Lord Shiva come into this? How was he created in this case?
So in this creation, there are stories about how Shiva first, when Krishna gets into the process of creation, his expansion actually becomes Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is the father and Parvati is the mother of material creation. So there's a different sequence of how those things fall in place. I can share more details of that in the next class. But very nice question. Remind me, Prajit, next class so that we can discuss on that with some pictures of the entire creation. Actually, it's a very beautiful topic, high level overview of where Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna, in the and where Vishnu, all that positioning we can study through that picture. Really nice knowledge for us. How many of you all did last week's homework? We had 2 homeworks. Do you all remember? One was to do the activities that are at the end of verse 32, right? Contemplate and write essays. And the other was to learn all the opulences of Krishna so far till verse 32. How many of you all did it?
I left early, so I didn't know that there was homework.
That is not an excuse because we have this as a video recording online. You could have listened to the recording, the YouTube recording that is being sent. I sent it in the class while the class is going on. I send the link in the WhatsApp group. So good try, Nishka, but that's not an excuse.
I had a question.
Being absent, leaving the class early, joining the class late, all these are not excuses. They don't work here. Yes, Sriram, are you trying to say you were not here?
No, I was gonna say, didn't we have the thing to find something that Krishna's not in?
Krishna's what?
Didn't you tell us to also find something that like Krishna's not in?
Oh, yes. That also we did. Yeah. Did you all find any category of things where Krishna is not present or Krishna is not part of?
No.
No? Did you die in the dark? Did you go to a dark corner of the room into your closet and see that there's no Krishna there? Huh? No? Why? Do you think that'll work? It's dark
Krishna's still in the
there.
dark. He's still in the
It is
dark.
dark there. Why will Krishna be there?
Because Krishna's still in the darkness too.
Krishna what?
He's still in the darkness too, and also in the
Who's
room that
speaking? Is it Anish?
yeah, Anish.
Okay. Krishna is in the dark too?
Yeah, he's in the dark, and also like the room we're in, right? Like all the materials that built it, that's all still of
Awesome.
Krishna.
Very nice. Good job. Krishna is in your heart too. So in that darkness, you are there and Krishna is with you there. Yes, but very good point. Yes, Nivan, quick.
So I didn't find anything, and plus our
Did
like
you all even try or you're just coming and telling, oh, we already know? Did you all even try and think about it? You all didn't try, right? Because you already know Krishna, there's no place where Krishna is not there. Right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, Nivan, continue.
So like our like this year's motto is like Krishna is everywhere. So like there's like
Oh, there you go. Yes. The theme says Krishna is everywhere. You should have asked me last week only. Mataji, you're talking about Krishna is everywhere, and what type of homework are you giving us? You're contradicting the theme of the year. Good point, Nivan. Yes, Sri Ram.
Originally I was gonna say that Krishna wasn't in things like ignorance, but then I realized so like I was kind of like researching it, and then something that I realized is that the difference between us and Krishna is that Krishna explains that he is the controller of his energy, not controlled by it. Because our ignorance controls us, but Krishna controls his ignorance.
Awesome. Krishna controls ignorance, not his ignorance. Krishna controls ignorance. Krishna is above the ignorance. But very good point, Sri Ram. Awesome. So Sridham was going to say, in ignorance, Krishna is not there, but ignorance is something which we experience. Above that ignorance that we experience, about that mode, Lord Krishna is there. So Krishna is there and he is the creator of these material modes of nature to put us in illusion. So yes, Krishna is there too. Very nice. What are the points? Okay, we are past the time now. So we'll see you all next Sunday, same place, same time. And again, please try to understand these words, memorize the words too. These are all beautiful verses to memorize. Please make 5 minutes every day and memorize the verses. Yes, Supreet?
Is there gonna be like a recitation at the end of the school
Yes,
year?
of course. course. We'll have it in May or April, whenever it works for most of y'all. We can do it in different days whenever you're available. But yes, we will have a recitation of all the 25 verses at the year end, and we will give you a certificate saying so and so student from so and so grade mastered all the verses from the theme Krishna is everywhere. They have eloquently recited the verses and have we can tell they are A plus or whatever in the recitation of these 25 verses. Okay. So please practice. And again, not for the certificate, but I know you know that it's nice to learn these verses. Remember, we talked about how among weapon holding wielders, I am Lord Rama, Krishna says, right? And in that context, we talked about how Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the weapon we all have to hold. And our brain is that quiver, and these verses are those uh, arrows. Remember, we talked about this beautiful analogy. So keep that in mind and equip yourself with these weapons so that you can use them at critical moments of your life when distractions, when temptations are fighting us. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.